He will give you everything you need to make it happen. He will fight your battles. He will pay your bills. He will feed you when you're hungry. He will give you friends when you lose friends because of your purpose. He will be there in the midnight hour. He will give you peace. He will give you power. He will give you protection. He will take care of you. He will guard your back. He will take care. Have I got a witness in here that the Lord will make a way somehow?
Yo, what's good, my peoples? What's up? It's your boys. We back. Silverback Chronicles podcast. It's your boy Big H. I got my brother Dre.
Yo,
what's good?
I like that. You scared the shit out of me.
Absolutely. Wake up.
Yep.
We here now. Papi.
Tranquilo, nah, chilling.
¿Qué pasa?
I like that polo. You looking real caliente. You looking real spicy on these streets right now.
Well, you know, Papa Bear had to work a little bit today. You know what I'm saying? Got caught up. But I'm here, though.
I like it.
Word.
I like it.
Triple C.
Yo.
What's good, baby?
Maintaining and chilling.
All day, every day. Folks, what's up? I hope everybody had a phenomenal week, a great weekend. But we back. It's episode 86. 86. It's another phenomenal one. Listen, we almost at 100. We're just a year and a half doing this podcast and shit.
Wow.
So we're perfecting our craft. We're having fun. We're delegating. We're meeting phenomenal, fantastic people. And that's what it's about. Meeting people, greeting them, showing them respect, giving them the platform. This isn't just for law enforcement, everybody. This is for everybody. Everybody has a voice. Only way we bridge the gap is coming together, talking, having uncomfortable conversations, and you got to be okay with having that if you want to seek actual change. And we're doing great at this. You like that voice?
I like that voice.
I appreciate you.
Yes,
it goes a long way, right?
Yes,
definitely. Holler. But anyway, folks, we back. Let's get into our sponsors real quick. My brother Charlie Schultz, BurmanandDarby.com. Berman and Darby is the law firm #1 in Maryland. Listen, if you get hurt at work or even personal injury, call my brother Charlie Schultz. You can reach him at 410-769-5400. That's 410-769-5400. Get injured at work or personal injury at home. Cutting grass, cut a toe, call Charlie. He'll take care of you. Give a shout out to Bond House down in Fells Point. What else we give a shout out to, Dre?
I mean, the Atlas Group. We give a shout out to the whole city.
All day, every day.
Shout out to everybody working, all first responders, military.
Everybody in the
Shout
fight.
out to everybody that's doing something positive.
Absolutely. How about that?
Yeah.
Shout out to this dope ass real estate market right now.
Absolutely.
And shout out to you for keep tuning in. We thank you. We appreciate you. And we love you. Let's just supply a lot of love in the world. A lot of love, positive energy. Listen, if you're negative, keep it to yourself.
Right, nobody want to hear that.
I agree.
Right.
Word.
That wears down people. That's too much stress.
Heavy.
Right?
Yeah.
But listen, I'm not going to waste no time. We got a phenomenal guest tonight. She goes by the name of Kia. She is awesome. She's a real estate mogul. And she served our country. Like, this shit don't get... Look at the content you're about to get right now. She's phenomenal. A phenomenal smile. And she's wearing red lipstick.
And the fingernails match the toes.
And the
Master, and she had me at hello.
You know what I'm saying?
So with no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Kia is in the building.
Hello.
Miss
Yes,
Kia.
awesome. Hello. That was such a wonderful, wonderful introduction.
Well, you know, it's red carpet, baby.
Yes.
All day.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
How are you?
I am great. I'm awesome. I am just floating. I'm happy. I'm glorious.
You have a nice glow to you.
Yes, thank you. I might be a little sweat, but thank you very much. No, it's good. It's good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Nah, beautiful. So where did your travels begin? Where are you from, born and raised?
I am originally from West Baltimore, Maryland, born and raised.
West Baltimore?
Yes, absolutely. Wow. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So, around the Garrison Avenue, Borman Avenue, kind of Park Heights, kind of.
It's really nice over there.
Area.
Wow.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
But
It's wonderful.
You're a scholar. I love it.
But then, we moved and, we moved around, but I'm originally from Baltimore.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. So, wow. How was you in high school? Was you a student athlete?
No, I went to Western Senior High School.
Okay. What was Western like?
I'm a Dove. I'm a Dove all day.
Ooh.
I love my Dove alumni.
Okay.
I love everything we represent. When I went to Western, which was, some time ago.
Okay.
We had a sense of pride about us. We kind of, were made to walk around with our heads high and stay in the books and things like that. And I'm sure it's like that now. But my mom went to Western as well.
Oh, wow.
So have other women in my family. So
It's the oldest all-women's public school in the country.
Wow.
Yes.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I graduated class of 2000.
Okay.
Shout out. That tells my age. Shout out to class of 2000.
So, what you like 22 now, right?
Oh, yep. Some about,
Okay,
around
no doubt,
there. I'm
no
about
doubt.
22. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm class
like
of 01, holla.
Okay, so we stomping in the same yard.
Listen,
all
two
right.
G's to the dollar.
Okay. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yep. I'm very proud to have attended Western.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So what you do after high school?
After high school, I went straight into the United States Air Force.
Wow.
Right.
Yes. I am very proud to say that.
Thank you for your service.
Absolutely. You're
How many
very
years
welcome.
total?
I've done 4 years active,
Okay.
a year inactive, because I was in during September 11th. So
Wow.
yeah, it was real sketchy around the end.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoyed my tenure there.
How was it like?
It was kind of like college. You know what, you guys? I knew you got. I know people joke the Air Force, but when
Air
I went,
Force or the Air Force?
the Air Force.
Okay, gotcha.
Wow.
When I went into the Air Force,
I heard that before. I'm not sure if it's disrespectful.
No. It's not the
I
Air
wanna be
Force. It
politically
is
correct
the
here.
Air Force. Okay. Okay. So when we went in, I went to basic training just like everybody else.
Okay.
Like when I was at the processing station, I was talking to people that were in the Marines and the Army. And so when I went to my branch, we started out at Keesler Air Force Base in Mississippi. Keesler in, oh my gosh. We started at San Antonio Lackland Air Force Base. Mm-hmm. That's where we started. So that's where I had my basic training, and it was grueling. It was intense, and I appreciated it. But I didn't flinch that much because I already came from a pretty strict household.
Right.
So everybody else around me was kind of crying and whimpering, and I was just kind of like, okay, what y'all crying for? You know,
man up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had a really good experience there. Went there. My whole tenure in the Air Force was enjoyable. It was a big learning experience for me, and it helped me to in the early stages of my life start to see who I was.
Nice.
Yeah. So I
Now,
appreciate it.
Why only 4 years? Was that part of your plan?
Yeah, well, so I did 4 years because my intent was to go to college.
Okay. Gotcha.
In the military, because when I went to Western, Western was really big on go to college, don't go to the military, go to college, So I think I was like one of the only ones in my class. I think it was another girl in my class where we went into the military, and we still did pretty awesome in life,
Absolutely.
So so that was the big thing back then. But I went to. Yeah, what was your question again? I'm sorry. I'm trying to, keep up with the whole Western
I was just
thing.
curious on, a lot of people make it a career instead of doing 4 years.
Okay, so what I realized when I was in the Air Force, because I've been through a lot of experiences there. Man, I was in supervising people. I, was in places where I was a part of a big troop. I love that. One thing about me, I love service. I love camaraderie. So I started to realize that I love the military, but I feel that I needed a little more flexibility and freedom to kind of be who I wanted to be. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I appreciate my military experience, but I did go to college while I was in the military.
Where'd you go?
I went to Southern Illinois University.
What'd you major in?
Human resources. I developed, human resources management, adult education and training. Like,
nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So my background is in like people and paperwork.
I was going to say that, right?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yep.
So what did you want to do with that after you was done with college? What were the career expectations for yourself?
So, let me tell you this. I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Talk to me. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was the thing. So I don't know if like back when I was going to Western, I remember in the summertime when we were like taking exams and we would have to go to school. I was like, back then, like selling waters and sodas.
What's wrong with that?
In the school, like, to my classmates.
Yeah.
And so it started off as like me just doing it.
Right.
To me, like bringing 2 bags the next day. To me, like, having people help me. And I'm like, hold on now. Wait a second.
Who's moving that work?
Times the 5 times,
Right.
so I'm doing the math.
And you delegating at a young age.
Yeah. So, people wouldn't interfere with me while I was in class, but they like be at the door like, let me get them sodas,
Right.
So that's when I learned like I actually have the power over how much I am able to generate within my life.
Very nice.
And that's when I was attracted to I was around entrepreneurs at a young age as well. So I was attracted to it at that time. I knew that, by the effort that I put forth, I could bring back things that I feel as though I deserve. So, and then able to share that with everyone around me.
Very nice.
Yeah. So I'm big on entrepreneurship.
That's awesome.
That's where people forget, like the sharing part.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to share.
Part.
Yeah, you have to. That's a part of my everyday. Like every day when I wake up, and I think, I'm grateful for rising, and I just set out in my day, I make it a point to see who I can connect with that day. Even if it's just telling someone, that I can see, I don't care if I'm at the gas station or in a line, like, you know what? I'm grateful for you today. I'm grateful for bumping into you today. Sometimes people look at me like I'm crazy, but I'm like, you are needed, you're appreciated, and you're wanted.
It's a blessing.
Or let me pay for your gas. They'd be like, all right, but I'll just walk away. I don't want anything to do with, don't look at me. I just feel that it's very important to pass along the things that you're blessed with.
Absolutely.
And that's it. Like
it's doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
That day you probably make some, that person.
Yeah, because you never know what anyone is going through. You don't know what people are going through at all. I'm still connected with a lot of veterans groups, and we get the reports of like people that commit suicide every day, and I just think it's very important to tell people that no matter where you are in life, no matter what stage you're at, you are needed.
I love
you're
you.
Needed.
Absolutely.
I love you too.
Definitely.
Yeah, and you're appreciated and you're wanted. We want you. Not just, we need you to just hang out, but you have a purpose here. And so if I can help you find that purpose, then so be it. If I have the time, if not, I'm going to shoot you in the direction of someone I know who does have the time.
Wow.
So
that's powerful. Because you're right. You never know what that person is going through.
Right.
And those kind words goes a long way. Yeah. And it's like paying it forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We have to, because if you always give, especially without the expectation to receive, your hands will never ever be empty.
Absolutely.
Ever.
Love
ever.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the reason for this podcast, because H and I were trying to figure out how can we share, certain tips to like police officers on the department.
Yeah.
So that they don't fall into these certain traps.
Yeah.
And here we are, and it went from like, sharing with police officers, now we're sharing with people with real estate.
Yeah.
And now you're sharing with us.
Yeah, yeah.
Who now we will be sharing with them. You know what I'm saying? So it just keeps moving forward.
Yeah,
It's
that's
beautiful.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter what line of work you do for a living.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody hits a brick wall.
Yeah. Yep.
And some of them don't know how to get past it.
Right.
I
agree with that.
And it's when you stick around great people that have positive vibes and a positive outlook on life, it gives you hope.
Yeah.
Especially for somebody that's not a strong mental person that really need help. And a lot of them don't acknowledge that they need the help.
Right.
So I think I love what we do.
Yeah.
We have a phenomenal lane, and it's for everybody because everybody has a voice.
Yeah.
A lot of people hold things in. That's not good. And then they utilize other outlets.
Yes.
To channel that anger and frustration.
But can I say this?
Please do.
When you stay hanging around people, that'll kind of give you that boost. Sometimes where people they find themselves in that deep, dark corner all by themselves, it's very important to show up for yourself. It's very important to speak life into yourself, to encourage yourself. And sometimes people find that hard to do, but you can do it by way of looking into the mirror. Have you ever looked in the mirror and just stared at yourself?
I love
looked in your eyes,
I love everything about
yes,
me.
and just look at yourself and just speak life into yourself.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes people don't have other people available.
Right.
So it's kind of like, what else do you do? And then a lot of people that go through that, they don't know how to reach out.
Right. They don't.
No. So it's like, I think everybody has been there at some point or another. But I think it's very important to know that you have to generate that positive energy within yourself. Sometimes you gotta, for no reason, get up, clap, get pumped up.
Right.
Like, I got a reason to be here today.
Right.
Like, there is a reason for me. And if you keep speaking that stuff, if you keep putting it out into the atmosphere, I guarantee you before the end of the day, something is going to happen where you're like, man, that's crazy. Because I was just saying that to myself.
Absolutely.
Something will happen. You will attract something to yourself where it will give you purpose. Even if it's for you doing something for somebody else.
Yeah.
I agree.
A lot of people get in the way of themselves. A lot of people have low self-esteem. Like me, I'm naturally just happy.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm naturally happy. I'm naturally energetic. I love to just, I've got a great spirit. And I think my Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
And of course my family.
Yeah.
But mainly, me, because, personal development is everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm addicted to it.
Definitely.
I'm addicted to bettering myself.
Absolutely.
Always being a better version of yourself.
Always.
I love hearing no's.
Yes. Yep. That is the best.
Yeah.
The no's are the best.
Because I turn that shit around immediately.
Absolutely.
Well, why?
Yep. Or you take that no, you're like, okay.
Right.
Like.
I'm going to pull a U-turn on this motherfucker.
There you go.
Right.
Bam.
Boom,
and you don't
there
even
it
have
is.
to just. That's it.
That's what I'm talking
There it
about.
is. Yep. I love that.
I love it. So listen, when did you know that the real estate was the lane for you?
Okay, so
Talk to me.
my mother has been doing real estate for a very long time. She is the bomb. She is so awesome. She has an incredible work ethic. I've never seen a woman work like my mother. Ever. So that's what I used to see. Like, even back when I was like in high school, even when I was in college, when I was in the military, I would wear blazers. And like back in high school, I would wear like dress pants and stuff like that, because that's how I saw my mother show up every day. So,
Did they make fun of you for that?
yeah, well, sometimes. So
But you looked official though.
right. But let me tell you, I had these 2 pair of boots in high school.
Okay.
I had a white patent leather pair of boots.
Ooh.
And then I had a lime green suede
Oh.
chunky heel kind of boot. Let me
Ooh,
tell you.
okay.
But I dressed them up with collared shirts and like pinstripe pants. Let me tell you. But the thing is, I was so confident.
Right.
I was confident because
tell you nothing.
Nothing. At 13 years old, I was clicking through the hallways of Western like, good morning.
Right.
I'm a CEO.
Yeah,
so.
right. So that right there, me seeing her do that, she has such an incredible work ethic. And of course, since she had that work ethic, she imposed that upon us. in, our daily duties. Right. This is what you do during the day. This is how you take care of a house. I learned how to take care of an entire home at a very young age. I'm talking about cooking, washing the clothes, mowing the lawn, going through the bills. Like, she taught me that at a very young age, which that's something that's missing.
No, that's 90% of that.
Oh my gosh.
Missing.
Yeah.
100%.
We need that.
Right.
Deeply. We really need that.
Wow.
So I do that as well with, my children and with other youngsters that I know. I'm big on just like talking about that stuff. But that's what she did. And so I've always seen that. I've always seen that in her. And one thing about my mother, I've seen her rise. I've seen the work that she put in, and then I've seen the outcome of the work that she put in. So I'm like, man, I know I don't have to do what she does, like, because she's worked in the legal field for a long time, and she's she's been doing real estate for over 20 years, but she has her way, and I respect it, and I think she's awesome at what she does. But that helped to develop me, because I'm more like I'm a social butterfly, and I like talking to all types of people, and I'm also an empath. I'm like, let's talk about it. But I also have this ferociousness inside of me to get things done. So the military was good for me because that whole Air Force motto, service before self, I love to serve. That was already innate. That was already something that was in me. So I will always look at situations like, how can I make something better for this person or that person? That was always on me. So when I saw my mother do that, and then I started to go along my professional career, I'm like, you know what? Let me stop like working so hard for one thing, and let me just try to find ways that I can kind of divvy my time and help everybody, and it's sometimes that's not easy to do, but I did it by way of like starting a small business, and I took my ladder. I took my steps into entrepreneurship, and I'm so appreciative of my journey.
Now, what does it for you with real estate? Is it talking to people? How do you find the people? Do you sell homes?
Yes. Well, yes. That all facets of real estate. So what is your niche? My niche. So I'm just going to say this. I love contracts. With my military background and things that I've been doing professionally, I love reading the black and white and looking at the fine lines. And what I do with that is, once I go through, it starts from the first phases of finding a home. I'll find a home. I'll look at the public record. I'll kind of look at, all the financials. And then, I'll look at how the home's described. I'll look at any history. And then I start to create a story. And then, you have like things like, documents and addendums. And so I'll sit and I'll read all of that. And I'm like, oh, this is the story of this home. So then I invert myself into that. Like, how can I do this in the smartest way possible? So I think I'm really attracted to, and it's so weird to say like the documents, I'm really attracted to the administrative side, but I'm also a people person. So I am so addicted to seeing people win. I love to see people end up where they say they're gonna be.
Yes.
So if we're going into a house and like my client's like, this house, this is the one, it's like my personal mission. I'm like, oh my gosh, and she looked into my eyes when she said that, or he looked at, I'm like,
gonna get this done.
Yes. So then it's like, all right, so I'm going to stay up. I'm going to read about it. I'm going to research. I'm going to research everything there is to research about it. And I'm going to find out how we can get it done. So I am definitely naturally a service person.
Nice.
I like serving the people. Not like, I have boundaries, but I like seeing people win. I like seeing people, get the things that they feel they deserve.
What's that line you always used to say about documentation?
Oh, documentation always beats conversation.
Absolutely.
All day, every day.
Yes, an email, text. Yeah, you got to follow it up with something.
Have to.
Yep. I believe that.
Yeah, you don't got an argument if you ain't got none documentation.
Nope, at all.
At all.
Nope.
What you mad for? Right.
Not a thing.
You know better.
Right.
Do
right.
better. Right.
Yeah, I agree.
There's no gray area with that.
None whatsoever. Yeah.
I don't walk along those lines.
Yeah, there
it's
you
black
go.
and white with me.
Yeah. Yeah. You are very serious about that.
Absolutely. Got to teach people how to treat you.
There you go. I like that too. Teach people how to treat you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you do that all the time in life.
What?
Yeah.
Come on, if you don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for everything.
Yeah. Every and anything. Yeah, I believe that.
I don't play that.
You went like 3 for 3 right there.
You like that, right?
He's with all the quotes, right?
Listen, I'm CP3 from the other night.
That's the thing, though.
Making them. Okay, so listen, move. How many years you been in real estate now?
So I have dealt with real estate for years. So in another sector, I've dealt with a lot of commercial.
I was getting ready to ask you, how's commercial?
So
It's a different beast, ain't it?
commercial is it's a different type of thing there. Because it's so different than residential.
Big time.
Yeah, it's so different. So within that sector, I've learned a lot of things. With contracts and leases and things like that. And so I finally decided to take the leap, and I said, let me go and get my license in real estate. Now, when I went to do this, I never doubted that I would get it. It was always like, what am I going to do with it when I get it? Because that's the heavy part,
Right.
because it's kind of like you got to do something with the stuff that you're blessed with. So went and did the classes, and I took the exam, and I passed on the first try.
Nice.
And when I left out of there, they were like, "Oh yeah, you passed. Here's your printout." I'm like, "For real?" Okay, all that. Okay, all right. So I'm like, okay, let me keep going with this. So that right there, when I got that license, it was like a charge. Like, you can't let this sit. You have to utilize this. You have to be a representative for people, and for yourself. So I've been doing that. We like to say I have fresh eyes on the market. Let's just say that. I know about the business of it all, but as far as it goes with dealing with like a lot of residential real estate, I'm loving that. I'm doing really well at that right now.
But commercial.
Residential.
residential.
And, I have commercial clients as well, but commercial takes a little bit longer sometimes.
The process.
The process is a little bit longer
Because the paper's different.
Yeah. So that's a slow and steady race.
Right.
Yeah. The residential, you can kind of like when you want to close, like
Right.
Yeah.
Different money with commercial.
A little bit different. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's right. That's great. All right, so what do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
In the next 10 years, I can see myself, let's just say this, I will be leaving a legacy. Even though I plan on still being here, but I'm going to leave a legacy because I want to make so many deposits into places to help build up, to places that have nurtured me, and to help build up the next generation of entrepreneurs and of people who believe in themselves and can find a way to generate revenue for themselves, whether it be real estate, whether it be, anything else.
Whatever field.
Yeah, whatever field. So in the next 10 years, of course, I want to have like a lot of organizations, but I don't want it to be like a lot of organizations nowadays. I want it to be like an immediate impact on people. I don't want it to be this process where it's like,
let me call and let me
let me find these people, and out of these 5 people, I want it to be like, you need this right now, tell me why you need it. Okay, you show, okay, let's do it.
Bet I got you tomorrow.
That's it. Because guess what? Whatever they do with it from that point is on them. But you've done your part.
Right.
You already sowing seeds.
I like that.
And that energy and that activity will generate more of that feeling.
Yep.
So whatever people do with that is fine. But people watching, that's going to make a bigger impact on people watching, people being able to see that.
Absolutely.
So I just, I'm really big on just giving back, creating a legacy. Like, I want my children to not have to decide whether they're going to clock in or not. Like, if they want to do that, that's fine.
Right.
but I want them to have the option.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Yes. Like,
I like that. Ain't it good to have options?
That's it. Like, still go to, wherever you want to work, whatever you want to do, and go learn. You got to learn at the base level because you have an appreciation and a respect for the work and everyone around you. But then it's like, okay, now you want to keep moving to the next step. Go do it. And you have the funds and the assets to do so.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's it. That's all I want to do.
Wow.
And be good people while you're doing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm about.
Dope. I mean, that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
100%.
I feel that.
None of that, what's the bureaucracy?
Yeah. A lot of that. Yeah. A lot of bureaucracy. A lot of,
You said it better than me.
Yeah.
That's what
little shady business. Like, you do good's gonna come to you. That's it. That's just how I look at it. You do something funny, something funny is gonna come at you at some point or another. You just don't know what's gonna happen.
Right.
What is gonna happen, and that's it. And as long as you cool with that, then you cool with that,
right.
And that's fine. And I'm okay as long as you're okay.
Good.
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
Have you had many police interactions growing up?
Growing up,
good or bad? I want to hear the bad ones.
The bad ones.
Yeah.
Well, good thing I was not.
How about what's your personal perception on police officers? Say it. Say it.
Okay, so.
Don't think too hard. Just say it.
So I believe that.
Talk to me.
You're going to do the best you can with what you have, right?
Cool.
So I believe that if you choose to go into a career field to serve and protect others, then you should be doing that.
Okay.
And there's a lot of nuances that come up with it. So I don't talk about it a lot because everybody has so many different opinions on it. But I just believe that everybody, like, no matter who we encounter, should be kind of given that fair kind of, okay. It shouldn't be different depending on what places you go to.
Talk to me.
I like it.
So if I'm saying anything without saying anything.
No,
give me one of them places.
Well, I just
you don't even gotta give a place, just give an interaction that you had. Or somebody had. Because we had to change the landscape of policing, and that's what we're doing. Right.
So I haven't had a lot of interaction, thank goodness. But let me see. I mean, this is the thing. This is what you got to understand. From other people's perspective who have not had a lot of interaction, what do we see? The majority of what we see is what?
What's on the news.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got to stop looking at media. And what do you have to start from? Grassroots. You got to start within communities. Yeah. So there is where you're able to see the real interaction. Like, you go into a store, you walking down the street, and it's like, hey, how you doing? Okay, I'm good. How you doing? Okay. I think that's where it starts. It doesn't start from the media. It doesn't start, like, you gotta, because none of us can speak on what goes on anywhere. Mm-hmm. People that are there in the thick of it, and then the people that are hired to patrol certain areas in the thick of it, they know. I don't know.
I love it.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I do know that I feel that, people should be given that, that based on what we see in the media, hey, I'm not just going to initially kill you, but, let's find other alternate ways to deal with this if we can do that. I think that's fair.
100%.
I think that's fair.
I like that.
Because I don't talk on all of that stuff too much. I keep my comments to myself, but that's how I feel.
You know what's crazy? I'm in the profession and I don't even talk about it like that.
Yeah. Because everybody's...
The totality of the situation is just... Every situation is different.
Yeah, because you have people so just... one side... Yeah. And then we're living in cancel culture.
Oh, of course.
And if you say anything that is just so...
Do you believe in that?
I don't believe in it.
I don't believe in it.
But it's so heavy out here because of the inversion of social media within our society.
I want to say like shout out to Kevin Hart, because when they try to get at him for his little situation.
Oh yeah.
He's like, nah.
Yeah. But that's why you got to show up for yourself.
Yeah, nah.
And that's why you got to be comfortable in showing up for yourself.
He's like, yeah, nah.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah.
It was that situation. I don't mean it.
Right.
But it was that specific situation.
Right.
What's up? We gonna do another show or what?
And keep it moving.
And he kept it moving. So shout out to him for that.
And I think if you feed into it,
that's when you get stressed. Yeah.
But I'm like this sometimes. I don't feed into a lot of that stuff. Yeah.
I don't feed into nothing.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
It's nonsense. Yeah. We just want the rest of the world to realize that it's a lot of nonsense. Mm-hmm. It's nonsense. Mm-hmm. It's like, I've a lot of the things you say, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of the things that you just said, that's the way it should be, right? Mm-hmm. This cancel culture, I feel like culture,
yeah.
I'm sorry, it's just
it's the heavy Dominican tongue, huh?
Exactly.
And where are you from again?
I'm from the Bronx.
From the Bronx.
My family's from the Dominican Republic. The tongue weighs a tongue. You get it. No, but what you said,
Dominican Lou,
is the way it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. But because we get so distracted with that, that's why we fall into these pits.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You say if you do good, you're gonna get good.
Right.
That's cut and dry.
Right.
Everyone can understand that.
Right.
But once you start getting involved with the media and did you see this? Did you do? You're like not going to work.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh my God, did you?
Yeah.
Go to work, fam.
Yeah.
Your business.
Don't focus on that.
And then while you at work, help the person next to you.
Right.
But don't focus on the nonsense.
There you go. Yep.
Because you weren't there.
Right. Yeah.
You get it.
That's dope.
Yeah.
She gets it.
Hey, Kia,
Yeah.
what's your favorite color?
Pink.
So girly.
Pink is my favorite color. I have not deviated from that. I've always loved pink since I was young.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just think it's just like such a soft color, and it's so serene, and it's like
happiness.
Yeah, and it's away from all the noise and the craziness.
And
just
I go
like
somewhere and I see pink, I know it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
Especially those places with, the lights are not real bright.
Right.
I see pink.
Pink popping. There you go. Right.
Button down, no t-shirt.
In between the military
Yes.
and real estate, what were you doing during that time?
Working. Yeah, working hard. So I
haven't date off since high school.
I know, right? Look,
Word.
I'm always working. Like always.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, always. So yeah, I even started. I started a small business where I was doing business support services. Where my goal was to find small businesses who needed the additional like administrative support, whether it was an admin or organization or help with filing your taxes or any financials, all the way to basically employee training and things like that. So I would kind of curate basically a list of things that they needed, and by talking to them, having a consultation, and then I would just bring that. I had time to work on it, see how they work, see how they flow, and I'm like, okay, this is how I can help you. Now go ahead, leave me alone. And because a lot of small business owners are very meticulous and they're micromanagers, and I appreciate that because that's their baby.
You have to be.
Yeah, absolutely. But I would just go in and I would just kind of do my thing. If they needed connection with, other small businesses and things to help, then I would search out and do that. If they needed, like I need all my stuff from 2000 to 2020 file, like I would do that.
Nice.
That's what I did. And that's how I got to learn like a lot of, the basics and, like how a lot of small businesses run. So
you put yourself in that position.
Yes. In a servant position, because I didn't care what people called me. It was like, I'm learning and I'm getting paid while I'm learning. So.
Wow.
100%.
Admin skills are impeccable. Nice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be absent with her. No, I wasn't absent.
I'm like, on this date and time.
Right. Like, listen.
Right.
A year ago.
Right.
On the 3rd, bro. Come on. I already know.
Hold on. Let me get to the file.
Right.
Right.
I'll be like,
Right. Yep.
You said your mom was your superhero as far as real estate and, of course, in life. What would you say one of the biggest things you've learned from her is real estate? Or in life? Or both?
Resilience. Yeah.
Very nice.
Pretty much. Like, you don't have time to sit and feel sorry for yourself, you know?
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Right.
Yeah.
God, you'd be surprised how many people feel sorry for themselves. And it's like, yo,
Right.
it's business. It wasn't personal.
But people need to go through that.
Right.
I feel when people are going through that, they need to go through it because there's something in the midst of that they're going to learn that nobody else can teach them. And so when people have their moments, sometimes you don't need to swoop in and be a superhero. Sometimes you just got to be there for them while they're going through it.
Absolutely.
Because when they come out of it, it's like, man, like, because I know I've had times in life where I'm like, I'm glad nobody helped me, you know, because that was nothing that anyone else can teach me. And that's something that I own and I feel grateful for. And then I'm able to show the next person because I know I've been down in the depths with it. So,
Absolutely.
you know,
you can't teach experience. Can't pay for it either.
Nope. Absolutely. You cannot.
And that goes a long way.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
That's awesome. Wow, resilience. I love that.
I mean, we were experiencing, like, everyone has to go out there and experience it
Yeah.
on their own.
Right.
'Cause
Right.
everybody's path is completely different.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I agree.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Well done. I appreciate you, Kia.
I appreciate you
That's
as well.
phenomenal.
Thanks. I appreciate you as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Would you like to give any shout outs to anybody before
How
we
can
wrap
people
this
find
thing
you?
up? Yeah.
Yes. So I'd like to give a shout out first and foremost to Thea Washington.
Yes.
Thea is the plug.
The plug.
Yes.
Shout out to Sister Thea.
Cheers to her.
She's awesome.
Let me tell y'all something. If you don't know Thea, something's wrong.
Right.
Seriously, because not only is she a beautiful, amazing, dope individual,
She's selfless.
she is.
Yeah.
She is.
And that's hard to come by.
She has such a
nowadays.
great spirit.
Yes.
And so it's like, and she never keeps anything to herself.
No.
It's always like, here you go, you know. Yeah.
She just
So,
keeps giving.
yep. So I like to give a shout out to Thea because she's the plug. And I just thank her for, you know, on her for the days where she encourages me. And, you know, she's that friend. She's that friend that'll tell you the truth.
Yes.
And not.
There's no sugarcoating.
None of that.
Just be blunt.
Like, no, come on, you know that.
Right. You need that.
Yep.
You need that.
So yeah, I want to give a shout out to Thea.
Awesome.
I want to give a shout out to Mims Realty Group.
Nice.
That is my brokerage, and I am having a great experience there as a realtor. It's a lot of love, a lot of sharing of information. I've never been around a group of people who have shared information as much as my colleagues have.
Wow.
What's the website?
MimsRealtyGroup.com.
Love it.
I mean, where, like, have you ever been around people that are just kind of, I mean, aside from the military, because we got to be like that, but like people that are just like,
Genuinely care for you.
Yeah, you had a situation going on like that. Oh, let me tell you how this went for me. Or you had, you know, with like no holds barred, just kind of like, here it is.
Yeah, they help you strategize.
Yeah, and then we can kind of share with one another. We can exchange information. So I love being in that atmosphere. It's a great atmosphere to be in.
It sounds phenomenal.
Yeah.
Iron sharpens iron all
Absolutely,
day.
yeah. Our broker is great. She's amazing. She has impeccable work ethic as well.
Nice.
I admire it. Yes.
Very good.
Absolutely.
Where can people find you for your other business on the side? With
So you can find me at Nakia_the Realtor. That's my Instagram page. I'm also on the MimsRealtyGroup.com.
Nice.
You can also, like, a lot of people reach out to me by way of like my phone number. They'll text me, and you know, whether it's for like real estate, you know, you can always text me. Always text me. That's where I get a lot of my calls from.
Okay.
So
are you comfortable giving that out, or?
Yeah, 443-826-5394.
Nice.
Yeah. Reach out to me.
Awesome.
I'm there. I work all the time.
Perfect.
That will make me nervous.
What?
Seeing all these numbers I don't know.
I know, right? But I get that. You guys ever get the scam calls where
All the time.
But it's like you got to answer it because you don't know who it's going to be.
It might be that deal.
It might be that because that happened to me one time. It was like a number, and I'm like, "Who is this?" And they're like, "Well, I was calling this." I'm like, "Hey, I'm here. I'm here. It is me.
I'm here. What you need?
Right? How you doing?
Right.
Yeah. So, yep.
No, awesome.
Absolutely.
You got to come back.
I will.
Please do.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I can't wait to come back. Like,
Good.
you guys have such a great energy here.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, because normally I was really nervous about talking at first.
Didn't I tell you it was going to be good?
Yeah.
Got you.
I'm like, what do I have to talk about? Like,
Right.
But it's like,
We shoot from the hip, baby.
yeah. And I like that because, moments like that can be just as educational
Absolutely.
and inspirational.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's what you did today.
Right. Means everything.
Well, I've listened to it a countless number of times when I needed it. And it'd be that time when you don't expect it. But yeah, I appreciate it.
Oh, perfect. Awesome.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming. Means everything. Dre,
Peace and love.
Triple C.
Be the change in the world you want to make.
All right, my peoples, episode 86. We appreciate you. I'd like to thank my girl Kia for coming through. She's a real estate mogul and a jack of all trades. And she wants the best for everybody, including herself and her family. And I mean, look at the content we're bringing to you guys. So we love you. We appreciate you. Episode 86. You guys be safe, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, you real icy out here.
Peace.
I see that.
The views and opinions expressed on the Silverback podcast are those of the hosts, producers, and/or the persons appearing on the program, and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the federal, state, or local government. This includes, but not exclusive to, the Department of Defense and/or the Baltimore City Police Department.